Chapter 4. The sensation caused by Death Town Mayor Cross' furious roar reverberated throughout the entire town hall. With a high speed, Cross instantly arrived in front of Shifeng, his fist stretching out towards Shifeng. The other players were currently reveling in Shifeng's misfortune, taking the chance to gauge Town Mayor Cross' strength. Cross was a level 15 elite, and a single slap from him was enough to swat the current players to death. However, Shifeng was foolish to the degree of actually angering the mayor. Not a single person in the entire Red Leaf town could save him now. He would be jailed until he was on his deathbed, or he would be chased out of Red Leaf town. However, Shifeng's surprisingly calm attitude puzzled the other players. Was he already prepared for death? When Cross was about to hit Shifeng, the stationary Shifeng finally moved. Like a hunter waiting for his prey, Shifeng immediately unsheathed his novice sword. With swift motions, he used the sword to defend his body. Ping! Cross' fist landed on the novice sword, sending Shifeng's entire person flying. Just as Shifeng was about to fall, he flipped his body, landing steadily on the ground with the flexibility of a cat. However, his HP had instantly decreased by 84, and the novice sword in his grip trembled uncontrollably. The sword's durability had even reduced by 1 point. The weapon would become useless once its durability dropped to 0. All the players drew in a cold breath. Seeing Shifeng's troublemaking, they had initially thought of him as a mere rookie. However, after Shifeng's recent performance, anybody with a discerning eye could tell he was a very skillful person. Even if Cross had low physical damage as a mage, as a level 15 elite, he could still kill any of the current players in a single strike. Yet, Shifeng was alive. He had used his weapon to block the attack, reducing the damage to a minimum. He's clearly a mage, and yet his strength and speed are truly shocking. Shifeng silently marveled as he looked the lamenting novice sword in his grip. Fortunately, he had added all his points to agility, increasing his attack speed to 4. Otherwise, he would surely be dead by now, having to start his quest all over again. Insect. After failing his strike, Cross was further enraged. Suddenly, his clothes were ripped apart, revealing a body covered in pitch black fur. Cross had turned into a werewolf with sharp fangs. Every player was shocked at this moment. Never would they have thought the mayor was an evil werewolf. Cross arrived at Shifeng's back in an instant, raising his bright snowy claws and slashing them at Shifeng's heart. However, Shifeng revealed a cold grin, even though he only had 16 HP remaining. Cross' claws suddenly stopped. They were only a few centimeters away from dealing with Shifeng. Unfortunately, Cross was hit by a level 25 guard's charge, entering a fainted state for 1 second. Shifeng took this chance to quickly move away. Just when Cross was about to rush Shifeng after awakening, he was interrupted once more by another guard. Both of the guards were level 25 warriors. Although neither of them was elites, the damage they dished out was relatively high. A charge, coupled with a normal attack, had quickly taken 300 HP away from Cross. 2 guards had taken away a total of 600 HP, causing Cross HP to fall to 1700 in an instant. As expected of the guards, their attack power sure is high. Shifeng chuckled as he looked at Cross' sorry state. Guards were the protectors of the town. They were specialized in protecting the town's civilians and resisting against the invasion of evil beings. At this moment, the mayor had transformed into a werewolf, proof that he was not a human, but a spy for the powers of evil. The guards would naturally not let him go, killing him as if he were no different than the monsters in the wild. On the surface, the conditions of Sherlock's request seemed harsh. In reality, however, players only needed to actively attack the mayor, subsequently surviving the mayor's first strike. Afterward was just smooth sailing. The guards would handle the rest after the mayor revealed his true self. In Shifeng's previous life, the reason this unique quest could shock the entire White River City was because the town mayor was a spy for the forces of evil. This quest had allowed players to have a new perspective towards God's domain. The NPCs were not entirely reliable, as they might be one of the forces of evil in disguise. Simultaneously, the player who completed the quest had shocked everyone with his method of baiting the town mayor. The player had racked his brain to complete the quest, and, naturally, he wanted to show off his efforts by revealing his strategy. Now, though, it was being taken advantage of by Shifeng. As such, Cross was now being attacked by the two guards. Although the damage dealt by the guards was very high, Cross' target had never shifted away from Shifeng. He continuously aimed to kill Shifeng, but, unfortunately for him, the two guards stuck to him like glue. One of the guards used Bone Crusher, while the other used Thundering Strike, causing Cross' movement speed to plummet. Fortunately, Shifeng was able to escape death with his 5 points of movement speed. Just like that, Cross over 2000 HP was nearly depleted. When the other players saw Cross dying, many of them started becoming restless. They wanted to land the last strike on the mayor. They did not understand why the guards were attacking Cross instead of Shifeng, but a town mayor who was also a level 15 elite. If he died, he would definitely drop some great items. Hiding someplace far away, Shifeng smiled in disdain in regards to their thoughts. Was the town mayor someone they could have ideas about? Although the mayor had become one of the forces of evil, this was only a part of the quest's plot. In the eyes of the other players, the mayor was still in a friendly state. It was not possible to attack the mayor at all. When Cross only had 100 HP remaining, all the other players started moving. All of them simultaneously rushed towards Town Mayor Cross. All of them wanted to give the final strike, snatching away the dropped items. Seeing that Cross was only a hit away from death's door, Shifeng too dashed out. Unfortunately, Cross still died under the guard's blade in the end. Not a single one of the players was able to strike at Cross. Although Shifeng could attack, he did not want to risk it. After the mayor's death, he immediately took away the mayor's insignia and disappeared into the crowd. NPCs within a city would not yield any EXP or loot if killed. Shifeng wouldn't even be able to obtain the mayor's insignia were it not for a quest. Crap. The system's bugged. Why can't I attack the mayor? I want to complain. Why didn't the mayor drop anything after death? Some of the rookie players resentfully complained. A level 15 elite had died before their eyes, yet they did not obtain a single advantage. They simply could not accept it. Moron. Don't you know you have a friendly relationship with the NPC? Players can't attack an NPC with a friendly relationship. If you don't even know such common knowledge, why bother playing God's domain? After ridiculing the rookies, the competent players searched for traces of Shifeng. A player who could kill the town mayor in such a way was definitely an expert, someone they should associate with. However, they could not spot Shifeng, even after looking for a long time. They also did not know his name. They could not help but secretly feel pity. Meanwhile, news of Town Mayor Cross' death spread throughout Red Leaf Village, creating a sensation amongst all the players. At this phase of the game, where players were still worrying over grinding monsters for levels, the leader of the town was toyed to death so simply. This was just too mind-blowing. Not even 30 minutes since God's domain's opening, a news thread appeared on the official site's forums. Mysterious swordsman kills off level 15 elite Red Leaf Town Mayor. The leader of the town was actually a werewolf in disguise. Exactly what kind of game is God's domain? This news thread instantly caused a sensation amongst the players. It only took a moment for the number of clicks to the page to go past 10 million. Everyone became interested with this mysterious swordsman. Unfortunately, they could not contact the person since nobody knew his name. By now, Shifeng had already arrived at the dark alley. Mr. Sherlock, this is the mayor's insignia that you requested. Shifeng passed silver-colored mayor's insignia to the beggar. Sherlock. With the quest's completion, bad news came to both the players who had already received a quest and for those who were currently trying to receive one from the mayor. This was because Cross would not respawn. They would have no place to submit their quest even if it was completed. Red Leaf Town would also no longer have a mayor, though Shifeng could care less about that. Thank you. Thank you so much. I have finally attained revenge for my friend. These things should be of help to you. Sherlock passed Shifeng a delicate little box. Subsequently, Sherlock took the mayor's insignia and left the dark alley. System. Unique quest. Sherlock's request completed. Rewarding 2000 EXP, 20 free mastery points, 1 luxurious ornament box. With a sound, Shifeng became level 1, and he was only 1000 EXP away from level 2. Shifeng's level became Red Leaf Town's top 1, only 30 minutes after the start of God's Domain. In normal circumstances, the average player required 1000 EXP to rise to level 1. Such an amount required at least 6 or 7 hours of grinding monsters, as each level 0 monster only gave 3 EXP. Time was also needed to look for monsters to recover, and so on. Factoring in the massive amount of players at the start of the game that was fighting over monsters, taking over 10 hours to arrive at level 1 could be considered average. Why is the unique quest's reward so generous? Was it because I completed it at level 0? Shifeng became slightly uncertain, but he was still delighted with such rewards. In his previous life, the rewards posted were not as luxurious. Although the amount of EXP was the same, the number of free mastery points was not. The other person only received 10 points for it, as well as a delicate ornament box, while Shifeng received 20 points and a luxurious ornament box. Free mastery points were extremely precious in God's Domain. Rarely would a quest award 3 to 5 points. This unique quest had awarded 20 points. Hopefully, it won't let me down. Although it is the delicate ornament box, it is still the better luxurious ornament box. It should come out. Shifeng carefully held the ornament box, a nervous gulp coming from his throat. Slowly, he opened the box. Though the XP and free mastery points were great, what Shifeng really wanted was the item inside the ornament box. It was an essential item he needed to complete his leveling and money-making plans. It was also a top-tier item that many experts drooled over. Shifeng would cry to death if something went wrong.